Hello and welcome to Projekt Akustik. We are happy to introduce Gordon Inch from Linn. Let us talk about you, Linn, and the new 360. Tell us a bit about yourself.
So my name is Gordon Inch. I've worked with Linn for now 22 years. Not what I expected when I joined the company way back in the summer of 2001. I joined Linn as part of the manufacturing side of the business, and for the first 17 years of my Linn life I worked in the circuit board assembly area of Linn, making all of the circuit boards that are in all of our electronics, before moving into my current role, which is that of a brand ambassador and product trainer. So I get to have the best job in the company. I travel all over the world playing music to people and showing them just how life-changing a good hi-fi can be.
Okay. What does Linn represent for you?
For me, Linn is a badge of excellence. We are a community of around about 180 people who all pull in the same direction. Our goal is really to let people see how life-changing music can be at home. We know this because we work in this industry, but for people at home, music can be a life-changing experience for them, and we want to continually show people what the best hi-fi in the world can sound like.
All of Linn products are made in-house at the factory in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the factory?
Yeah, the factory is interesting. It's probably not what people think they're going to see when they come to the Linn factory. Our current factory was built in 1985. It was designed by a gentleman called Richard Rogers, quite a famous architect in the UK. He went on to become Lord Richard Rogers. He designed the Pompidou Centre in Paris and the Millennium Dome in London. The factory is custom built for us at Linn. It is a working machine that humans work inside of. So we have robot delivery vehicles and automated cranes that work inside the building. And we have a lovely place outside of Glasgow. It's a very green area. We have lots of wildlife around the factory. So it's a wonderful place to work and build the products that we create.
New cabinets, new drive units, new electronics, new everything. Is this the model for the Linn 360?
The 360 is a radical departure on what has went before. We have always had a vision at Linn of creating something quite special, an audibly invisible speaker, a speaker that adds no coloration or sonic signature to the music that it is producing. It simply creates the music that was captured during the recording. And yes, all of the new developments in 360 go towards creating that vision.
Can you walk us through the philosophy behind the new loudspeakers?
Yes, so the loudspeakers are designed to be, as I say, audibly invisible, to add no colour to the music. In order to do that, we have to eliminate distortion wherever it occurs. In the drive units, in the electronics and amplification, even in the cabinet itself. So for the drive units themselves, we have chosen materials of appropriate stiffness and material choice. The goal here is to move diaphragm resonance out with the operating range of the drive unit. In the case of the beryllium tweeter, we've actually moved that resonance out with the range of human hearing. In fact, it's even outside the range of some of the measuring equipment we have at the Linn factory. It's the first 19mm beryllium tweeter on the market. And we have used this unit for its fantastic dispersion characteristics, which is another main goal of the 360 design. Above the tweeter is the mid-range unit. This is made from a carbon fibre woven ply material. That material was first developed for NASA in use in their Mars rover. So we can now say there's a little bit of rocket science in every Linn 360. Yeah. That material has the right combination of lightweight and stiffness for the mid-range unit. Combine that with the strong motor, and we have a mid-range driver that starts and stops very, very quickly, leading to more clarity than we've ever had before from a Linn loudspeaker. The rest of the speaker is made up with the upper and lower bass drivers. They are made from an aluminium magnesium alloy, a very stiff, rigid material. So those drive units act like pistons for the bass energy, producing a very much more powerful bass performance than any previous Linn loudspeaker. Once we developed all of these new drive units, we had to come up with a way to power them. So for the lower bass, the two lower bass drive units, we have a new Linn Power DAC technology, combining our organic DAC and amplification into a single stage, directly hard coupled to the lower bass drivers. This keeps the signal in the digital domain for as long as possible, leading to seismic, powerful, but very natural sounding bass energy. It also leads to something quite special, which is a lowering of the noise floor. In most conventional amplified systems, as you increase power to the amplifier, the noise floor and the music that you're listening to increase in parallel with each other. Because we fix the noise floor in Power DAC at the digital level, as you increase power to the amplifier, the noise floor does not change. So the louder you drive them, the cleaner they become. Or at least that's the explanation you can give your neighbours when you're playing loud music at home. For the 360 array of upper bass, tweeter and mid-range, we use a new adaptive bias control amplifier. This is a transistor-based amplifier, and we look at the energy usage going into and out of the power transistors. We sample and digitize that and use that data to persistently and continually apply the optimum bias control to each individual drive unit. That happens real time as the speaker is being listened to. Again, all optimizing the performance of every drive unit. The other big goal with 360 was dispersion. We wanted to give the speaker the cleanest dispersion that we've ever been able to achieve. And the cabinet itself is a huge part of that. The cabinet is made from two halves that join in the center, made of three-dimensional beech plywood. The cabinet is designed to essentially get out of the way of the music being created by the drive units. So you'll see that the baffle on the front of the loudspeaker has a radius that changes continually over the length of the baffle. The 360 array and the trim arrays around the lower bass drive units, they incorporate waveguides wherever possible, where it's necessary, in order to create the ideal dispersion characteristics from the loudspeaker. So we've been incredibly pleased by what we've been able to achieve, and it is by quite some margin the highest performance Linn loudspeaker that we've ever been able to manufacture.
There are two versions of the 360, one in Exakt link and the other one with an Aktiv Bass, it's passive version. Can you tell us what the advantage of each version is?
Well, that really very much depends on what is right for the customer. If you are an existing Linn user, say you are using an externally amplified system with one of our older loudspeakers or our Exakt Box technology, dropping in a passive with Aktiv Bass 360 will lead to a huge step forward for that customer. Or perhaps you're using a non-Linn DSM front end as the source of that system. The 360 passive with Aktiv Bass will allow you to amplify the 360 array drive units with amplifiers that you may already own at home. If you are a Linn DSM user, you can benefit from all of this new advanced technology with a very clean, simple installation using Linn's Exakt Link technology, with all of the amplification contained within the rear of the loudspeaker itself. So again, it depends very much on the customer's requirements.
Okay. What is your present setup at home?
Oh, my present setup at home is I have an accurate system hub and an accurate Exakt Box I, and I have Linn's Magic 140 four-way floor standing loudspeakers that I'm running a fully active, fully exact configuration. But I am now at the point where I'm starting to think, okay, which way will I go next? So yeah, I have some head scratching to do.
What sort of music do you personally listen to?
That's the most difficult question you could ask me. If I asked you what is the most common music you listen to, it would be everything and anything. So this job means I'm exposed to every type of music, and one of my favourite things about my job is that I come to stores like Projekt Akustik and I hear music I haven't heard before, and that all becomes part of my musical choices. So I listen to everything from opera, ballet, up to Rammstein, heavy rock, everything in between.
Okay. Can you share your favorite track at the moment with us?
Favorite track, again, that's a difficult one. There are so many. But I have been listening to Richard Thompson a lot, and one of my favorite tracks at the moment is his very known song, 1952, Vincent Black Lightning. A wonderful but tragic story of a man and a woman who fall in love over their shared appreciation of the world of the motorcycle. So yes, I've been listening to him a lot just now.
Thank you very much, Gordon, for being with us here today.